Uh, how it's today cybercrime. आज मैं बात करूँगा cybercrime की the past to decade and how the business and innovation, why technology in almost all the cybercrime of the human life. This lead the increased dependency on the technology, and then thanks for information technology. That's what the making applications from the offline online domain, everything from banking, stock exchange, leather exchange, education and control it, and maternities and using the technology is there to either decided the technologies and almost decided to in the process. And cons, one of the measure of the coins of the technology is cybercrime. Cybercrime is define a crime in which the computer and object of the crime, such as hacking, passing, thus the something is used as a tool of commitment as the offense, and child pornography hate is this crime. The cybercrime may be computer technologies or to the access the personal information technology, business trade secret using the internet, the malicious is the process such online material things is another person the activities the authorization user who can is the personally lead in sensitive informations. And cybercrime, how to tackle इसको पकड़े कैसे cybercrime को. So a person who gain the unauthorized access to system is the now one of the hacker. Thief involved on the developed in copyrights, the materials, voting is the copyright, the personal hacking is the building to touchability is the transform of crime. The financial losses, email bombing and server and common cybercrime, extending virus as is the attachment view the mail virus can be attracted to mobile for the jury years. And Jeopardious ads is the same cases is the pupil. The nation, the international financial institutions as the banks and security agencies follow the victims to cyber criminals as many cases they have to pay lot of money. This the criminals in order to prevent of the misuses and their data. The social media is driving the world crazy. What at the same times it was because the breeding ground in platforms from the cybercrime. Thanks to us, the sharing, the captures the social media. Social media, the people trend है ये. Share is the lot of the social media, the platform, the information used to cybercrime criminals to access the personal and sensitive information of the cybercrime, which can be misused later. The most create of social media accounts and misleading information about the fake social media accounts and post mislead is the information about the considered the person. These are the commonly happens with the public figures and is the devices with intentions. To malicious is the images of the person. This is the domination why technology smartphones have because the imperative the smartphone have the given why we have mobile the application a large numbers of private and public numbers sector, bank, e-commerce and website and railway and airline launches their mobile application and etc in hacking. The operation smartphone application propaganda users and install it the operate the with the million users in the application are lucrative the source of data. Many times use uncommonly the grant certain the permission to the application which is the allows to it as the person information technology. This is a great the succeed in life. They operate with millions of applications and creative source of data. India's the taking street toward the applications and in the initiative such is Digital India. Then inside the people is the learn to tackle with is a different aspected of the crime. Altered people becomes the teach safely their knowledge about cybercrime limited. 2. The cybercrime, the needed be default, and as to level 1 will be the individual level and other will be at same provider level. People to very carefully about the sequence and the degrees to this is the development of personal information. Social media is best stay away and not accepted inside. Invited valid request for uncommon people, one should be sharing insensitive. Information such as the password with is the anyone the password needed be strong enough. Hackers with this the crack them increases strength, so that hacker cannot be used the alphanumeric values and social symbols. In fact, on need the make source that is there when the call password for all accounts. Monkey password hack कर लेते हैं. This is the best defining of the clicking and pumping and the uncommon is the visits links. Links you need is the sure all the transaction that don't one stand should be avoid sharing instead information. The password very carefully it is based to reform the deadline of the pops in unknown website links. One need to make is that is transaction that why are one online happening thoughts gateways. Strength to one must be obtained from is during inequality in what antivirus we install in the system. So this antivirus must be regularly updates. Email the provider as well. Many other online platforms have the starting multi-striving the application process on to source users. That is always better spend some extra amount of time and get for the unscripted copyright. So expected the cryptizations of the techniques to convert the plain text into is a cyber crime. The simpler of the called text to message and only recipient of data who can draft it using especially provide keep in this way expected to recipient nobody can access the information. We can confuse between the user and the possibility introduce this well unknown as the firewall of the firewall allows the follow information. It only computer visits the register recognized by the digital signature. He can use the in copyright in the cases and banking sector. Industrial sector, these are the created by the copyright, photography and safe on use. The biggest concern with regard to cybercrime is the get thought uncommon that identify the criminals. A killed in forces agency required to deal with the crime. The Information Technology Act 2000 and passed by Indian government. It is the deal with the domain of cybercrime, but this strategy cybercrime because importance of government to create awareness among the people about exponential rising cybercrime and way to deal with this. There are always new aspects challenges to stay. They are had cyber criminal and cyber terrorist. What is the thought, the partnership and collaboration. With individually in government, there is the much we cannot be opposed. Safe, secure and traditionally computerized environmental is the commercial and not only the national sense of the well-being, but also to your national security and economy. So best best wishes, guys. I am my child speaking and watching video. This is Army Motivation Trick Math, cybercrime information technology. I district investor technical inquiries and particles and propaganda and mobile numbers and etc and fake calls and media, social media links, information and credibility and about thinking and cybercrime. Thank you very much all watching videos. So guys, please subscribe this my channel Army Motivation Trick Math और बहुत सारी information आपके साथ हैं. This is two about things, and today good wishes all of you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.